Hello, this is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. I wanted to talk about what my channel is about. I started on YouTube watching vacant houses or abandoned property videos, and I didn't go for buying property, but then I started watching storage unit videos, emptying one box at a time kind of thing. And then I started watching unboxings, and then I started going to online auctions. And I have accumulated a lot of stuff prior to starting to watch these videos. And I have always done my best to recycle and reuse and make sure things don't end up in the trash or landfill. And in my own environment, I am buying space when I donate. Now, when I purchase, I'm taking up more of my personal space, but I make sure that those items end up donated and used to the best of my ability. When I moved in February, I donated over 100 boxes to the veterans, Vietnam veterans, and Goodwill to make sure. Several people told me, just leave this stuff. But I know what happens when people leave their stuff. They bring up a dumpster and put it on the dumpster and they take it off to the landfill. And that wasn't going to happen when I moved. That wasn't going to happen with my stuff. So in my environment now, as I donate or sell or give what I have to other people, I'm buying space in my personal space. Now, I've bought a storage unit. I haven't bought more storage units because I'm disabled. I don't wish to discuss whether I own real property or not, or that. People have asked me, are you buying space? I consider that part of my personal business, what real estate I own or don't own. I don't actively buy real estate. But that doesn't mean that I won't buy real estate or storage units or space in the future. But my channel is about buying space in my personal space, not being Elon Musk and buying outer space, although I do have an interest in astronomy. And I do have interest in the universe, and I have philosophical interest in creation versus evolution. And my channel, if you haven't noticed, is also about Bible readings, about learning about God, learning about our entire universe, including space, but also specific things that are happened or have happened in the past on Earth. So I enjoy theology. So this is my personal space in my head. I am buying space in my brain when I research and study. But it's mainly about, the channel concept is mainly about recycling and reusing and making sure that all of our personal possessions, once they go through our hands, Americans especially have lots and lots of material goods go through our hands in our lifetime. So I ensure that everything that comes through my path is not landed up in the landfill. And when I pay postage to mail something out to someone that a lot of people would have just thrown away or would have just left to the wind, so to speak, or put on the curb, those things I make sure go to other people, or are used or are donated to generate money for charity. I buy my personal space. Someone came in a chat room this morning and says, Myra, why aren't you buying the space? Well, I am. I'm buying my own personal space. I donated to Goodwill twice this past week. I didn't necessarily film it, but it's my channel concept is not about buying real estate. And I've that's been on my about page for quite some time. It's not about parking spaces. My channel name is not buying spaces, like I'm buying storage units or I'm buying a parking spot in downtown San Francisco that costs as much as a house out in the country. I'm not about real estate. I'm not about parking lots. I'm not about outer space, although that interests me. So I'm talking about buying my own personal space and making sure what comes out of my personal space is recycled and reused and utilized. If I have a certain tool in a drawer that I use for a project that I'm never, ever, ever going to use again, I want to make sure that that tool gets to someone who will use it again so that item is not wasted. So I buy my space by giving away things that cost me money, and by taking time and gasoline to donate, and also paying postage is buying space. So getting rid of these things in a responsible way costs money. So that's why a lot of people don't bother to think about how they pass on what the items that have come through your life and being a responsible steward for the planet. So that's why my channel is called Buying Space. So don't ask me why I haven't bought any space because you're missing the point if you ask me that. Have a wonderful and blessed day, everyone.